Guys, I think there is a problem with reading too much and consuming too much content. The media and all of these things advertise to us that there's so much wrong with us that, you're broken and you have to fix yourself. Whether it be, oh, you're a bit anxious, here's something to help with that, here's a pill or whatever. You have a little bit of knee ache, here's some cream for it, whatever. Like, they're throwing all these things at us and they're giving us a messaging that like something's wrong with you, so you have to fix it. So I fell into this. And of course, like sometimes it's legitimate. Like you actually do have something wrong and you have to go fix it. But I mean, as a general thing, I think they do it like they do it a lot. And I think they get a lot of sales from people because of this. If I get assassinated soon, you guys know what happened. Here's where the issue came about, and this is what I experienced. So I think maybe other people might be falling to the same thing. When I was younger, I had such a like self-belief in myself, and I had my own opinions, and like I was confident in myself. Then I don't know what happened between my 20, well, I kind of do, between my 20s and like now I'm 32. And along the way, I don't know what was the spark, but like I was just sold on the idea that something's wrong with me and I have to fix it, and I'm deficient here and I'm deficient here, and my social skills suck, and this sucks, and like I don't look, like, this is bad and this is bad. I need to fix myself here and in here. So what I started doing is I was just like doing self-help books and like reading them, and YouTube video after YouTube video after Google document, whatever. Like I'm just like trying to fix myself in all these different ways. So what happened at the end of that was I lost my self-confidence. I lost who I was when I was younger, where I had that like self-belief in myself that like I have some of the answers of life. I have some experience in life. I can rely on myself to know what's right and what's wrong here, or things like that. Like I just stopped relying on myself fully, and like any little issue I had where it was like try to go on YouTube and find someone that I respected to get their answer on it instead of just thinking about it, like, you know what I mean? Like I lost myself in that regard, where like almost everything I had, I went and I looked for. I was like looking for like the answers outside of me, when like even when I was younger, I already knew this stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like I lost something I already had. And that might be the case for you guys as well. If you're consuming so much content, in my opinion, in my experience, I think it reaches a point where you're like losing yourself, like you don't exist anymore, and you're just a bunch of people that you watch. You're a combination of them, and your opinion and what you like and whatever is kind of like lost in there. I mean, I still retain my hobbies and interest and all that stuff. This was a very sneaky thing that happened. Like I didn't really notice it until years after, and I'm like, wait a second. I realized like I'm not that. No, I'll say something, and someone will say something, and then immediately I feel compelled to drop my opinion and take their opinion. And I'm like, what is that? Like, I wasn't like that when I was younger. And I think it's also a part of this is like having false humility. I think we mix humility with like self-confidence, and we mix ego with self-confidence, and that kind of thing. So it's like I think I fell into the trap of like, I'm trying to be a good Muslim, like I need to be more humble, and I need to be more and I was more meek. Like I acted weaker on purpose, thinking that that was noble and that's what we were meant to do. But that's not a part of our religion. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was strong. When he had to be strong, he was strong. Um and he didn't let comments slide. If somebody said something he didn't like and that was wrong, he would speak up against it. He would never just like sit there and like just let it go. He would drop things that were like oppressions against him because he was a bigger man. And that's a part of chivalry as well. But if it was something to protect someone else's honor or the honor of Islam or something like that, he would fight. Like he was strong about it. So a part of the equation of like losing myself and losing confidence and stuff was like taking on this weird false notion of humility, and I don't know what other word to call it, but I don't know. I just thought that was me being a good person or being a good Muslim or something, but it's not the truth. And as a man, you can't be like that either, because people are gonna walk all over you, and as a man, you gotta push for things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean this in an aggressive way. I don't mean like you go like punch people or whatever. But I mean you have to have some kind of like strength in your character where people can see that. When I talk about this, he gets a bit more firm. So then people don't mess with you that much. You know what I mean? Again, like I'm not saying this in some kind of everyone's out to get you, or whatever. But it's there's just some people that you can tell that, like, if I say the wrong thing to this guy, I think he's gonna I think he's gonna tell me off or something, you know what I mean? You might get that feeling from your dad or like your teachers or something. I think that's necessary for every person to have, especially for a man. Like you have to have that kind of strength in you. Um, People can take that overboard though. Like you got to know how to implement that. It's not an aggressive thing. It's just an assertive thing. If you can do some research on assertion, if you're struggling with any of this, then you'll see the difference between assertion and aggression. If this resonates with you, then I hope this helps because yeah, right now I'm 32 and like now I feel like I'm finally getting back to what I used to know when I was younger. Like I'm starting to believe in myself. Of course, I'm still trying to be humble in the fact that I don't have all the answers of life, you know? If somebody's a boxing champion and I'm not. I'm gonna listen, you know. I'm not gonna like, oh yeah, but I have an opinion. And like in Islam, I don't know much at all about Islam, like in detail. Like I'm not gonna start talking about hadith and stuff. I don't know. I don't really know the Arabic language. I can't speak on things I don't know. So there's humility in those areas. If I don't know something, I don't know something. And if somebody does know it, then I like listen to them. But for just normal matters, which I've been like, not trusting myself with just like normal silly like day-to-day things, I would like try to seek advice and try to get someone else's answer. But I don't know, you reach a point in life where you start realizing that a lot of people are stupid. You start realizing that people you respected and you thought that they had the answers, they don't. Like for instance, one of my superiors at work, I used to trust their opinion more than mine. Then as you grow up, you just start realizing, wait a second, like who put them on this pedestal that like they know all of this and that they know better than you? You've put their opinion like way high, you know what I mean? Um, and then you just start realizing people just don't know that much. You meet a police officer and like he's not fit, he doesn't know what he's doing, like he pulls you over for no reason. Like, are you gonna blindly trust that guy's opinion? So you start seeing in like all areas of your life, you start seeing evidence of like this guy's this old, or like you can clearly see like deficiencies in their knowledge. So then why would you blindly trust them at that point? And why would you trust their opinion more than your own opinion? So like you have to have a level of humility balanced with a level of like self-belief, self-confidence that you have answers and you can make your own judgments and come to your own conclusions and have your own opinions. Thank you very much for listening. This is mainly aimed at like Muslims, but if you're watching and you're not a Muslim, hey, God bless you too. So yeah, I just end off with the greeting that we do in Islam, which is Assalamu alaikum.